All right, her name is Little Amal, but there is nothing little about her.
Little Amal arrived in New York Wednesday, greeted by the Metropolitan Orchestra and Children's Chorus. New York is the latest stop in Little Amal's worldwide tour to get people to pay attention to the plight of child refugees. Today, Little Amal is taking over Times Square, and here to tell us more about it is Yasmani Arboleda, the man behind her visit to New York. So good morning to you, Yasmani. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Morning.
So from the moment she arrived, it's been so magical. Little Amal has captured our hearts all across New York. And really, we've been amazed by it. How have you become involved with this, and what has been the reaction to the folks here in New York?
Yeah, well, I have the great privilege of being the people's artist for the city of New York, and also the lead creative producer for Little Amal Walks New York. I really come into the work because I'm really interested as an artist in how creativity and imagination can transform public space. So the idea of a 12-foot tall puppet that's walking our streets, inviting us to remember where we come from, where we are, so that we can prepare for a better future, is really beautiful. The journey that Little Amal's on is really dynamic. Over the past couple of days, we've seen her encounter communities and engage with people in really, really beautiful ways.
And it's really art imitating life and what's playing out in real time. The puppet depicting a young Syrian refugee girl. And right now here in New York, they're dealing with the migrant crisis as busloads, as you know, of refugees arriving from the southern border on a weekly basis, right? Many of them children. So how is Little Amal's journey really helping raise some of the awareness right here?
Yeah, I'll tell you that Little Amal doesn't just represent refugees, she represents all immigrants and all displaced children. Most people don't know, but actually more than half of the world's displaced people, more than 84 million folks, are children. And so when we think about young people trying to make their way through the world, trying to find a safe place to live, folks are just trying to find a home. And Little Amal's really inviting us to have empathy and to imagine, gosh, when these folks show up, how do we welcome them? I know that there's a lot of political questions around this, but I think when we remember that these are just human beings trying to find a safe place to live, I think it's pretty simple. And the power of her message is that, if we're going to welcome her the way we're welcoming her here in New York, what are we doing for all of the other young people and adults that are migrating across the world because of violence, war, climate change? There's so many different things that are making people, that are displacing people across different countries around the world. And to remember that these are kids, young people who have enormous potential and enormous capacity, I think it changes perspectives and minds.
Yeah.
And that's the journey that we're on with her here in New York.
It's such an important message to be sending. And Little Amal, she's tireless. She's visited 12 different countries, walked about 8,000 miles, and yesterday she was serenaded by a chorus in Grand Central Station. Let's take a look at that. It's so amazing to watch her eyes blink, to see her movement. Even though she's a puppet, it's somewhat realistic in a way. And later this morning, Little Amal will visit Times Square. So what will she be doing there?
You know, what's really beautiful is that in every single one of these events, what's happening is that we have some of the world's greatest cultural institutions working with community-based organizations and artists to create moments that are really unprecedented. As Little Amal moves through New York and tries to find her way, she's actually here looking for her Uncle Samir, a play on Uncle Sam. And the idea is that everywhere she's going, she's seeking out belonging. And so what we see here is the Women's Resistance Rebel Chorus performing and singing to her, and her finding her way in that moment through music. Today in Times Square, we have, I think, more than 20 Broadway stars who are going to be serenading her, along with kids from New York City public schools who are coming together to sing her a lot, to hum a song, to play a show tune.
That's awesome.
And again, with every single event, the idea is, how do we tell the stories of where we've been, who we are, and how do we prepare for a future that takes care of all living creatures? That's really the work, right? To honor each other and our differences.
Beautiful, beautiful message right there. I mean, the way Little Amal moves is just amazing to watch, right? And so 55 events across the 5 boroughs over the next 2.5 weeks. You, sir, were the one who coordinated all of them, right? So how did you decide kind of where she's going to go?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm a Colombian, and my family was actually displaced from Colombia because my father was assassinated, and we dealt with a great deal of trauma when I was 11 years old. And so when I think about this work, I think it's really personal. And one of the things that was really critical as we were shaping her visit across New York, it was to really think, how do we name historical migration patterns? Right? New York City is known as a melting pot. People have come from all over the world here to make their way. How do we talk about that? But how do we also talk about all the current issues of migration and how
Yeah.
people are coming here? And so, literally in Corona Park later this week, Little Amal is going to be welcomed by the Mujeres en Movimiento, women who got together, undocumented women who originally got together 10 years ago to work out in a park to give each other health through movement. Literally, Little Amal is going to be saving a donkey piñata from getting a beating at a party in Corona Park right next to the Unisphere and making her way to the Queen's Theater. Again, another expression of really gorgeous, gorgeous community practicing art. You know, so often people think art is this and community is this, and I'm like, no. How do we create gorgeous, stunning, singular visions that come to life through collaboration?
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite things about Little Amal is that as she's walking, she's creating a corridor of friendships and people getting to know each other. And so when I think about the impact of this work, is that we are all getting to know each other and to work together and to build and imagine a world, what is possible in the future world,
Yeah.
and then working on it. So
Well,
if this is possible, what else can we do?
it's such a beautiful message and a wonderful trip that you've all been on and bringing us along with you. But thank you so much for your time this morning. We have posted a link to Little Amal's schedule on pix11.com. Yasmani, thanks again for being with us. And I'm going to ask you off camera how you transport Little Amal all over the world. Thanks for your time.
A pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right, take care.